Welcome in GPS to God. We are glad you are back with us. We are continuing with our summer of fun, some relaxed episodes here just to lay back, kick it, and enjoy the ride. Ryan doesn't know that. That's a song from the 90s, but, we won't hold that against him. Something else he may or may not know today. Well, let's do the introductions. Daniel Sanders, Stefano Patterson, Ryan Gotro, Russell Mundy.
Hello.
Today we're going to get into some what ifs. Do you believe in conspiracies? We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about a couple. But first, if you want to, maybe you will correct us on a conspiracy or a what if question, this versus that question we're going to go over today. Mailroom at gpstogod.com. Email us. Let us know some of the facts we miss or why we are idiots and talk about whatever we get into this episode. So this was born from the last episode. At the end of the episode, we get into a little conspiracy debate. I don't know that makes the final cut, but we were discussing conspiracies, and we said that could be an episode, and Ryan came up with some more questions. He's like, what about this? So we don't know if you believe in conspiracies, but Ryan sure does.
Absolutely not.
He wouldn't even eat a piece of fruit downstairs. He's like, do you know what would happen if I ate that fruit?
That's a lie.
That is 100% made up in the moment. But
yeah,
just to illustrate the point.
That was really a story about someone else that we're not going to name.
Conspiracies. We're going to talk a little bit about
ask you later who that was.
Yeah.
She hates it when people do that.
Nothing wrong or anything.
We
didn't get consent.
She will ask you who you're talking about, like it's the end of the world.
Tell me who doesn't believe in fruit.
She can ask me later, and I'll be like, can't remember.
That's not going to fly.
No, you're going to make up somebody. You're going to have to make up somebody.
Yeah, just make up a name.
Just going to bug her to death.
Let's get one of the biggies out of the way. Very common conspiracy right here off the top.
Oh.
Do any of you believe that we did not land on the moon? Does anybody believe the moon landings are a hoax?
No, I think it's pretty solid. What's your argument?
I think it's legit.
No, I think it's legit, but that's a common thing people say, it was just done in a studio or done out in the deserts of the western United States and stuff like that.
They just think that no one's ever landed on the moon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't heard that before?
I think so, maybe.
I mean, I'm glad we don't have to get into it, really, but
yeah,
I think it's
the
happened.
flag was moving a little bit
when it took off. When they blasted off,
there was a little bit of movement on the flag.
The flag was moving. Oh,
too much wind, right? Too much wind.
Well, I think it's from when the spaceship blasted off. I don't know, but that's a common one. I think Russell's gonna amaze us sometime tonight.
I'm sure he's got a lot. He's got a lot over there.
I've got some notes.
He's got.
I've got some notes.
It's like
pages,
2-3 pages over there, front and back.
He started writing that as soon as he sat down.
So I think it would be too many people, too big of an operation that there would be a photograph of the set or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just too big of a thing to keep covered up.
Yeah.
Even from the 60s, like there's no way, like
there'd be a slip up somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere there'd be a mess up.
Somebody gets disgruntled, somebody gets mad, and they're like, "Oh, I'm blowing this thing up."
Yeah.
Here we go. You didn't pay me what you said you were going to pay me.
Something just ran through my mind, so I was going into this. We'll see if we hit him. I'm sure he's got it on.
Well, let's go. Let's go. I mean, we all agree, or we all believe that the moon landings are real.
Moon landing is real.
Yeah,
like UFOs.
That's the biggie. I wasn't sure if we were going to get into that or not.
You can start lighter with like Bigfoot, but that's on my list too. I mean, serious.
So
just trying to think of them. Just off the top.
Okay, UFOs. Here's a distinction. I think a UFO can happen. That doesn't mean aliens exist, because there's military technology stuff being developed that no one knows about outside a small group of people. And when they're doing test flights, that might be a UFO.
Technically an unidentified.
Yeah, but it's not from another planet.
Gotcha.
So if that's the case, then yes, there is I believe there is UFOs. based on what you're
Now
saying.
they've changed the name. It's not UFO.
Yeah,
anymore.
It's
they
not.
did change the
Oh,
name.
so
What
what
is
is it
it?
now?
It's UPO, unidentified phenomenon.
He is correct. I've heard that. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
What is the O?
I had it, but it's gone.
Okay.
Um,
Why did
no, it's
they?
phenomenon.
Why did they change it? You know.
They're just seeing things that
What
they
is-
can't explain.
You said what's the O? Is it like
Yeah.
UFO?
Yeah.
Unidentified object,
Flying
right?
object.
Flying
but
object,
But
yeah.
he said UPO.
Oh, UPO. Okay. You looking it up over there?
Well, that says UAP.
UAP. That's it.
UAP.
Unidentified aerial phenomena.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's it.
Okay.
You just can't. The alien one. Why are there not pictures? You know.
There's pictures.
Of aliens?
I mean, yeah, they're not real, but
Oh, okay.
Well, but I mean,
Well, I see it. No matter what species, whatever is out there, there's always gonna be something that's greedy. They would have came and attacked by now. They would have come and established this is ours. Get out of here. Scram, humans.
interesting.
That's my opinion.
have you ever seen the show Skinwalker Ranch?
No.
I've heard of it. I've not watched.
No,
You probably don't need to watch that one.
is it all about?
It's all about this. It's supposedly they're pretty sure it's where a alien spacecraft crashed and is under the ground. And there's a lot of crazy things that happen around this place.
Wyoming.
It's out there in the west.
Out there.
Yeah.
Before we carry on too much, we probably should have said this at the very beginning. We believe in God. This is a God-based podcast. We believe God created all life. But we're talking about stuff in common, everyday world that we deal with, hear with, interact with, see on the news, because we deal with it, hear about it, interact with it, see it on the news. It's stuff you have to deal with in life. So
If they're aliens, God created them.
yeah. So
I mean,
Absolutely.
we're going to talk about this stuff that is out there in the world, on the internet, on the news, all this stuff. But then we're always going to come back to the biblical perspective on it. So we can have fun and discuss this thing just like you can in your living room. That doesn't mean we're straying away from God in our beliefs or actions.
Good call.
That
man.
is our disclaimer.
Good call.
So, back to the
somebody,
aliens.
Somebody tuning in.
But if we believe in angels and they're real, then
Okay.
should we believe in that?
That's not, you
Aliens?
can't compare angels to aliens. That's like comparing angels to us. We're not angels.
Okay,
We're created differently.
but we exist.
Yeah. But that does not mean aliens exist.
Okay.
Sure.
Angels exist. We exist.
Mhm.
That doesn't mean aliens
Gotcha.
exist. Okay. But we're going to talk about it on this episode.
So this ranch,
Yeah.
Slim
Skinwalker.
Skinwalker Ranch.
hmm
That this is the crash site of a
That's what they believe.
UFO.
That's
Kind
what
of
they
like
believe.
what is that? What is that area? Something
Area 51.
Area 51.
Yeah.
So it's similar to that. I mean,
It's not a government
gotcha.
facility. It's privately owned, and it's very interesting.
Okay. You watch this show?
I hear about it.
So
I hear about it a lot. Yeah,
is this a newer show or is this like
it is.
from a while back?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty new.
Yeah,
Within the last couple of years, maybe. I don't know. But, yeah.
I hear about it.
it's on the Discovery Channel.
Okay.
It's a legit show, but it's you can take it or leave it.
So Ryan said something about aliens coming here, like we would know already. They would come
They
here.
would try to take
I think
over.
so.
Let's say there was life on other planets somewhere.
Yeah.
They came along in the same universe we've come along in.
Which makes me like, as much as we haven't gone to them and seen where they are, if there's even such a thing, maybe they have better technology than we do. I feel like it's always the thing. Is like we always think of aliens as they're the ones that have this great technology or something. That's why they found us.
That would be my argument. Why would they be more advanced technology? Why would they not be on the same path we are technology-wise? If we don't
That's a
have
good
that
argument.
capability, why would they have that capability?
Right. No, I agree with you on that one. That makes sense why they haven't found us.
If the universe is God created the universe and Big Bang, God spoke, Big Bang, there it is. Like they're in the same universe we're in. They didn't have any more time than we had.
I like it.
We do not know.
What's another one? Who's got another one?
Oh, I've got several.
What you got, Russell? Let's bring one in.
I've got two categories
Okay.
on the theories. I've got some that are common ones on the internet that interest me, and then I've got my own.
Oh, that's the one.
We want to hear your
theories
own.
that are in my brain that go around all the time.
Let's hit a couple of the common ones, but I want to. That's what I'm here for. I'm here for the Russell story time. Story time with Russell. But,
all right,
you're going common.
Let's go with a couple
common JFK assassination.
That's my first.
I've been there. It's very eerie going there. There's an X on the street on the spot.
Really?
Yeah, we went there. I got an aunt there, and we went there. We were coming back home, so it was early Sunday morning, and we stopped there, and there was nobody around, and it feels very eerie being there. So you got that.
That is a weird thing to know, like someone was shot in this exact spot.
Yeah, they have it on the street, like marked. Like, do we need to do that? You can see.
Yeah. That's not common, and like even if another tragedy like that happened somewhere, like they're not marking the spot necessarily.
Right.
You can see the grassy knoll. I mean, that's still there. You can just go over there and stand on that. We went over there and stood on that. You know, it's
Do you believe in that conspiracy about?
I do not.
Okay.
Even though there's a lot of weird things that happened around it, I do not believe in that one.
Okay.
I really don't believe in any of these.
I got you.
But because people just cannot keep secrets.
Yeah.
I just don't think.
It would be leaked.
But they're interesting. There are a lot of coincidences and crazy things that happen in these for these to happen. All right, I've got there's a giant room behind Lincoln's head on Mount Rushmore.
Yes, I do believe that one.
That's true, but it may or may not have a lot of documents in it.
Did y'all know that?
I did not know this
that.
This is new.
Mount Rushmore. There's
just behind Lincoln.
It's in his brain. Where his brain? Like where his temple is, I believe.
Well, it's like was an entrance for I don't know for the builders or they were going to do something else like make it where you.
They didn't show this on National Treasure, okay?
No, they had to made up stuff on National Treasure. They went inside the lake or something on there.
Disney did me wrong.
But I don't remember the story behind it. But if you were going to be able to go inside or something or what it was, but they like when they were making Mount Rushmore, they made this room.
There's a lot of theories about what could go on, what goes on in that room, and some of the things. It's very
New World Order or something like that.
Oh yeah,
but you can't get to it now. It just has like
no
a lot
tourist,
but it just has a lot of documents inside it.
There's rumors about what's in there.
What's in there?
Yes.
What's some of the rumors?
What are some of the rumors?
Declaration of Independence, Constitution, and there's all kinds of different other conspiracies
that's
stuff
in this
like
room.
the ultimate hiding room
that goes on in this room.
Has anyone tried? So you can't access it, obviously.
Well, some people can. Yeah, but not the public.
Yeah,
you can't just walk in a tour. You can't. But
I got you. Interesting.
That's the conspiracies.
I've never heard that one before.
All right, another one: the Denver airport.
That's a.
I don't know about that one. What's that one?
That one's a little freaky, to be honest.
The Denver airport is crazy.
Why?
It's 52 square miles wide. Big. It's
the Denver
1.5 times size of Manhattan. So it's this humongous airport.
I know it was big. 52 miles?
Yeah. It cost, I believe it was going to cost $3 billion to build, and it ended up costing $5 billion. So there's $2 billion that nobody really knows what happened to it.
Wow.
There's just lots of crazy architecture in it.
A big giant blue horse with like flames in its eyes or something crazy. Like,
I've not ever heard about this stuff, man.
So they think there might be a lot of crazy stuff going on at this airport.
I'm trying to choose my words carefully, but yeah, there's a
look it up. Look it up yourself.
Spiritual battle going on there. It's weird.
The Denver.
Yeah, I'm not going to be flying into Denver. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it's.
I'm still stuck on JFK.
It's a little
stuck
crazy.
on 52 miles for an airport.
It's big.
In Denver.
Yeah, there's a lot of the Denver airport one is crazy. Like there's like a secret underground level or something, or it's a lot of weird stuff happening.
Okay.
A lot of weird stuff.
I'll give you one more. Have you ever heard about Mattress Firm?
The store? Mattress? Yeah.
Yes.
The Mattress Firm store.
Yes.
A chain. It's a mattress chain.
Yeah. And in Chicago, there was one like a couple of square miles, and they had like 10 Mattress Firm stores. They would be like across from each other, like on the same intersections.
Sounds like flapjacks and
so
and
there was
Pigeon
just
Forge.
an crazy amount of mattress firms, and so there's a big conspiracy that they're money laundering through Mattress Firm. It's like, why would you have this many stores on, right together?
Yeah. I can get down with that.
Well, look at
that
Walgreens.
almost
Look
seems
at
plausible.
like that.
Walgreens. Look at Dollar General.
If you go to Oklahoma City, Oklahoma City is the headquarters for Sonic restaurant,
Okay.
Sonic drive-in restaurant.
Yeah.
There's a Sonic on every block in Oklahoma City.
Wow.
They are all over the place.
But when you go into Mattress Firm, I've never even been in one, but you don't ever see anybody shopping in there, So it's just like, this is got to be, there's
like
got to
be.
I'm pretty much
to be
down with that
more
one
going
right
on.
now.
What's happening in the back? What
got to be
looking for?
more going on. We don't need that many mattress stores.
Yeah. Oh, I'm behind. I'll get my stamp of approval on that one.
They're always like, well, let me go look at my inventory. Now you know what they're doing in the back.
So those are the common ones.
Those are some common
Those are the
ones.
common ones that interest me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But you have several.
Well, let's get.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, just-
Yeah, sorry.
Spread the wealth a minute.
Sorry.
I brought two big ones, and so one of them was JFK. But the reason why I was going to say it's different is because the conspiracy was that the CIA is the one that killed him, not Oswald, or So it says basically killed by the CIA in retaliation for the failed Bay of Pigs invasion to overthrow Cuban leader Fidel Castro.
Mm.
So Bay of Pigs was an invasion in '61 by the CIA under Kennedy, and that failed.
So the CIA was mad, so they killed.
That was the main one that I kept on reading.
But it's also like another theory is the mob did it. All this
Correct,
kind of
yeah.
stuff. There's lots of stuff.
And then like the one where Oswald wasn't alone doing the assassination; that someone else had to help him. It wasn't just him. And the other one I had was that that COVID-19 was actually a population control. That it was actually planted by China.
Got to be careful with that one. What we say, like we don't want any government.
Again, we're not saying this is truth or not. We're just saying what
on us here. But
yeah.
When I was looking at that JFK, when I was little, I always thought he was just like this, a president, old dude. I'm older now than he was when he got assassinated, which just blows my mind.
Was he in his 30s?
Yeah.
Or maybe
He's like, of course.
no, he was 40 something.
was he 40? 40, early 40s, I guess.
Yeah.
42 maybe. I don't know.
But I'm just like, I cannot believe that I'm older than JFK.
They did. I mean, they did say that he had like mob ties, the Kennedy family itself.
Yep.
Because didn't he hang out with like Marilyn Monroe?
He did. Was she in the mob?
I don't know if she's in the mob, but
You just went from mob straight to Marilyn Monroe. I didn't
No.
know what that connection was.
What kind of tie are we doing here?
She had.
46. He was 46 when he died. You got another one? Or
I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I didn't
he's
bring.
just here for the ride.
He
I brought
Dollywood.
UFOs, and I thought we were going to.
He said,
straight-
I
he's
brought
straight-
I
Dollywood.
got a Bigfoot, but I don't know if anybody has any data on that. Mine are light.
He's like, I just walked out
Not
of the
like
parking
this
lot straight
extra
in this.
room at the Mount Rushmore in this Denver airport.
You guys ever heard the one of Paul McCartney, member of the Beatles,
Mhm.
is not the original Paul McCartney that started with the Beatles?
No, I ain't heard that one.
So there is a theory that Paul McCartney really died. The original Paul McCartney in 1966. He got into an argument with the other Beatles and kind of stormed out, and then got in a car accident and did not survive. So they had to find a look-alike and sound-alike guy to replace Paul McCartney so that the Beatles could continue on.
He Interesting.
That is very
A
interesting.
lot of people have to go along with that.
So
Yeah.
I don't believe that at all.
there was some stuff about like that they put stuff in some of their songs to kind of like give clues that was not the original Paul McCartney. And on the one for Abbey Road, like the album cover where they're walking across the crosswalk,
Yeah.
Paul McCartney is the only one with no shoes on. He's barefoot and he's out of step with the other guys. And they're like, that's a little clue to give that that's not the original one.
Blowing my mind over here.
It's kind of weird.
It'd take a lot to pull that off.
It would.
Gotta get in that secret room. That Mount Rushmore. I'm sorry.
Fano's going to be taking a trip to South Dakota soon.
Man. I'll drop it. My goodness. That's...
We know what his internet search history is going to be tonight.
Going to come after me.
There was also a government facility that was built in South Dakota in the 70s, and it cost $3 billion. And it opened.
70s? Wow.
It opened for one day, and then it closed forever. So no, you don't know what's going on, what's really going on at that place.
Gotcha.
I think there are some. I mean, there's definitely some government secrets that we don't know about. But,
Right.
I concur. After being in the government line of work for a
that's
couple
some
decades.
crazy stuff right there, though. We're going to open this place up for one day, and then we're just going to close it
For $3 billion
I think it was $3 billion. Yeah, I think that's right.
in South Dakota.
I think that's right.
That's a lot of money now.
It's a ton of money in the 70s.
Yeah, it takes you 31 years to count to $1 billion.
Say that 31 years to count to $1 billion.
If you did it, if you counted just like 1, 2, 3, it would take you 31 years to get to $1 billion.
Wow, that's a crazy fact.
This is a crazy fact.
Have y'all heard about the birds not being real?
Birds in general?
Like birds that
I've
you see
heard of
flying
That they're all
around.
just robots with cameras.
Yeah,
I've heard of that before, but I thought that was too silly.
like
I've
they
not heard of that.
spy on you, and
Yeah.
you haven't heard that.
I don't know. I've
not heard
killed a
that.
handful of birds with my truck, so I saw guts come out, not mechanics. So I think that one's a little false.
Maybe there's two kinds. Maybe there's real ones. And
They got me.
They're like surveillance drones made by the government.
interesting. That would be smart. That would be difficult, but smart.
I know they have a drone that has wings that can fly just like a bird. I've seen it with my on television. They have a fake bird. That's true.
All right.
What's your boy in the NBA who believes the Earth is flat?
Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie Irving? Any Kyrie Irving flat Earth people out there?
I saw that one, but I just kept on reading it over and over again. And I was like, this
Yeah.
doesn't line up.
He's a strange individual.
Did he finally deny that and be like, "No, I was"?
No, he didn't back off of that.
He had backed off of that.
Don't they
don't
think
think
it's
so.
actually like a frisbee,
Yeah,
not just like?
still,
It makes more sense.
Like if you just
makes
took the
a
Earth and
little
just
bit more
smashed
sense.
it.
yeah,
Like
still
it's just
kinda
flat
weird,
and round.
though.
Very weird.
I mean, but don't we have people that have literally gone all the way around it?
Yeah.
Would that be considering them going around it like this then? If they were saying
But
it was
that doesn't
flat?
work. If it's shaped like a frisbee,
Yeah.
that doesn't work
Yeah.
to get to Europe, North America, South America, back
Yeah.
over to Asia. Like that doesn't
Yeah.
really work. Like if you're leaving from England or Spain on a ship and you go to the to the Caribbean, to some islands, and then down like where the Panama Canal is, around the bottom of Argentina and South America, and come
Yeah.
back up through the Pacific and hit Asia, like that doesn't work on a frisbee shape.
Because it's too.
Not, I mean, I don't know. In my brain, it doesn't work. It's not a straight line.
Yeah.
But
But I mean, I
if it
guess
was
that's not a
disc-
straight line what I just described either. So.
you just went all over the place over there. But I mean, if you started like in North America and you went straight across the Atlantic and you went into Europe and into Russia, Asia, and all that stuff, eventually, if it was round, then you would come back around to the other side and you'd
Yeah.
come back in again,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So if it was flat, you would basically hit a wall and you would stop. There'd be nothing there. It'd be just a wall of ice or something, something random.
Or space. I don't know.
You just
You
disappear.
fly
Just
off
float
into
off
space.
into space.
Do we just teleport to the other side? Is that what they're saying?
I always thought they thought it was flat, and then rounded and then flat this way. I don't
I
think they don't think it's just a piece of paper because you would just fall off, right?
I think
right. Okay.
It's like
no. I don't.
Russ
think
over
there's
here
any-
dropping
there's
knowledge
not-
on us.
There's
That's
not. I don't think there's a round to there. They just
I
think
always
it's
thought
flat.
that's what they.
It's a
were
90-degree
saying.
turn.
I mean, no
That makes
way.
more
If it,
sense, though. What he
if it
just
was
said
flat,
makes
they
way
would just
more
fall.
sense.
They would just fall. But I think
Yeah.
they think that it's like mostly flat, and then at the very edges curved, and then flat back around.
So he's saying if it's like this binder right here, that is the Earth. It's flat, comes across, but you can still go around.
I think that's what
So it's not a sphere. It's like this
I
binder.
could be
right?
wrong, but I just always
That makes
figured
way
that's
more
what they
sense.
thought.
I've
because
never
I
heard
mean,
that before in my
because if
life.
it was just a board, I mean, you would just fall off. I
Yes.
mean, nobody would. I think they're just trying to be sharp and have this act like they're a flat earther, but I think they really kind of
They're like
making it a point like that.
they're like a box
know.
earther. They're a box earther, not a flat earther.
I think that's true, but I don't.
That makes
They
way
would
more
say
sense.
box and flat then.
Well, but box doesn't sound. It doesn't roll off the tongue quite the same way.
So then,
as
is it
flat
rounded or is it a 90-degree corner?
I am not an advocate for flat Earth. However, for that argument though,
Yeah.
like if I'm flying, right, and I do that, it's not a 90-degree corner if I'm flying.
Right, but if you're flying flat and then all of a sudden you go around, I feel like unless it's just so big that you would never you never feel the curve, like you're turning like this instead of just slower.
I think they believe it's no turn. It's just flat.
I mean, that's
You
crazy.
just go. I
But-
think you just
but
go.
Russell
from
might
there
have
to
created
there.
a
But
new
they know
theory right here.
if you fly west, and
Russell.
you keep flying west, you come back to where you are. I mean, they know that.
Russell, don't answer if CNN calls you.
Hey, we
I'm
might
not sure.
need to put Russell on the TV. That is that might be
I
a
don't
brand
know.
new theory.
I
Obviously,
don't know.
they think that we've
what
never
you're
been to
saying
space.
what you're saying makes.
Yeah, I mean, this is
makes
a visual
sense.
thing right here of what
But-
he's saying, right?
But they.
I mean, I guess I.
But I
yeah.
think
Like
they
this
just
would be
think
the
it's
surface,
just
and this would be the other.
you just come back. You don't go around. You just come.
So
But then
they think whenever anybody says they're flying straight wet, they're lying.
But then what about like the whole it being aligned up with the other planets and the sun and everything? How would it
They
rotate?
don't believe that.
It wouldn't
They don't
rotate
believe
If they
in
thought
any
it was
kind of
flat
rot-
and you started flying, you would never come back.
No, you just come back the way you came from.
You just turn.
You'd have to turn
Like-
the airplane and come back.
Yeah. That's what I think they believe. I think if you're flying, like if I'm flying
Well, that
from
doesn't
here
make
to,
sense. So you fly
no,
over,
it doesn't make
like-
sense at all. But I think that's what they believe. I'm just saying.
So
I
they
think
don't
that's what they
believe
believe.
they don't believe when they're on an airplane they're flying west. It says they think that you have to. That doesn't.
So you fly over the same thing twice.
They go.
Maybe I'm wrong.
We're doing a U-turn.
Can you comment below if you think that the Earth is flat?
You're flying west.
We wanna
and you
do a
have
poll.
If you come back around,
Yeah, I think
you'll end up where you were.
the Mundy theory of flat Earth is
I
it's.
think they think it's flat.
I think we have a new
They would
scientific
call
theory.
it a sphere if they thought that it was
Well, that's-
rounded or anything.
So then these
Sphere's a bo- I would
satellites-
say a box. It's the
They would
box.
say it
Comment
was like
below.
a frisbee.
Comment.
So then
we
we
need
don't
to get Hugh
believe-
back on here. We need to get Hugh back on here.
The
So now,
box
at that
theory.
point,
I
we
think they
wouldn't believe
believe
there's
it's a-
satellites
I think
out
they
there with
believe it's a
cameras.
I
piece
mean,
of
if it's
paper.
flat like a piece of paper, that's just ludicrous.
Yeah, they are ludicrous. So
a
that's
box theory.
Llama.
Somebody can make an argument for this. You know what I'm saying? Ryan just stole the show there.
Oh, that was fantastic. I'm sorry.
hey, that's Jama, hey. Sorry.
We got to come
Sorry.
up with a good name for that. Whether it's the Mundy theory, something. I don't know.
Carter,
I mean, what's
Carter,
your-
what do you think? Carter,
what
you're
you're
filming
saying-
us. What do you think?
What you're saying, what y'all are saying is more believable. Trust me. I'm not
Oh, yeah.
agreeing with these cats.
No.
I'm not saying it all, but I think I don't know how they explain flying.
Where you're right. Yeah. I don't know how you explain flat Earth when it's
Yeah.
flat like a sheet of paper.
Right.
But
If I didn't believe that the Earth was round, I would definitely be in your camp.
the Mundy theory of the box Earth.
Yep.
Makes sense.
It's just my theory to explain their theory.
We got a cameraman Carter today. He's got some words of wisdom. What were you saying?
Before the scientific revolution, they thought that you did just fall off of the side, the flat earthers.
Wow.
So they didn't believe in gravity then, right? Because I mean, gravity would have at least held you to the Earth, right? To the.
I don't think.
I mean, I get it. Like you're thinking, like almost like a waterfall. You'd eventually just walk off of nothing.
If you have a flat,
They could easily debunk their theory though if they ever got in an airplane.
If you have a flat surface mounted, above ground,
Right.
and this is the earth, the surface is the earth. If you walk off, gravity, you still fall off that surface.
Right.
You're just falling into something else, falling into nothing. Camera guy is coming in with the facts back here.
Yeah.
Andy completed a fantasy football draft while he's filming this.
He's had a big night. We're so proud of him.
1 out of 10. How'd you do?
What's your fantasy team looking
10
like?
being the best. Everything you wanted, you got it.
Probably 6, 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, that can give you a W.
What's your team's name?
That can give you a W at the end.
Colonel Sanders.
Colonel Sanders.
That's nice. I like that.
Guy I'm going against week 1 stole the players I wanted.
Well, he's complaining about players
already
being
giving
stolen
excuses.
Stolen in the draft. Happens every time.
Carter, you take him down week 1. That's what you do. Is you're going to be 1-0 week 1. Don't worry about his players that he has. It's all about your players.
Y'all get out there and practice and just work harder than me.
This is the first time Carter has ever participated in fantasy football.
Hey,
Okay.
got faith.
See how it goes.
You do it.
It's fun and stressful.
Need to update us halfway through the
It's
season.
going to be hot
Need you to
right
come
at
back
first,
on.
but as the season goes on, it's going to get cooler and cooler. It's going to be nicer.
So flat Earth, we want some comments about the Monday theory. What's a good name? Is the Monday theory a good name for that? The Monday box theory of
It's not bad.
I like it.
Right. I mean,
MT.
it makes them look a lot smarter.
yeah. Russell's a man of the people.
I
That's
just
the case.
assumed that's what they were saying in my brain. I
Makes way
didn't
more
think
sense.
that they could ever figure out there was a piece of paper. That would be very crazy.
I like that way better than paper than just saying it's
Good.
flat. Way better.
Was that one of your? Was that a common one, or was that just one of your?
Was that one of your own theories that you were thinking of?
No,
I mean, flat Earth is a
no,
common
that's
one.
just whenever I heard people talk about flat Earth, that's just in my mind what I assumed they were saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you were to take a map of the globe and fold that kind of into a box, that is the Monday theory of box Earth, flat Earth. That way makes way more sense.
It does.
Because there's parts. If the other theory, it's every part of the world is roundish. So I was just thinking this part they'd have some that is flat.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Okay.
I think they just see it as like a map. I don't know.
I don't.
I wish we get a comment. Right? What else you got?
So I don't have any more conspiracies. I have the rest of mine.
What was your question though? Well, yeah, you had some what if questions.
Oh yeah, I had some what ifs. So and these are not like these are going to be silly compared to the conspiracy stuff we just talked about. So if animals could talk, which animal? And there's a 2-parter here. Which animal would be the rudest, and which animal would be the funniest? I was gonna say which one would be the smart one, which would be the dumb, but we technically can justify, there's dogs that are smarter than other dogs, or whatever. So, if they could talk, what would be the rudest and what would be the funniest? And I got some answers.
What's
on
your
these.
answers?
So, as far as being the rudest, I said a household cat, because they're always rude.
I can see that.
Yeah, they're just rude.
I can see that.
Grumpy face cat. You always see it. And then as far as funniest, I would always say it would either be a llama or an alpaca, because they always spit in those jokes.
That's terrible. You had me at cat, lost me at llama.
Come on.
Yeah.
All right. So y'all don't have anything for it?
That's a hard question.
I think funniest might would be, I would think a monkey.
Yeah.
Some kind of monkey. Like a monkey being kind of like witty, funny, kind of. That just kind of came to my brain. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
I don't know about rude. I don't have anything for rude.
Rude, I would think a peacock. They're always, showing off.
Mm-hmm. I'm
And
better
then-
than you.
I never thought about that, but that's good.
And then the funny one, those little prairie dogs, you ever seen those at the zoo?
Oh,
They're
yeah.
always up. They'll be up, they'll pop up and then go back down. I think they could just be hilarious.
I mean, I think.
Are they technically meerkats? Is that what they're called? Or is there?
There's a show called Meerkat Manor, but I don't know if it's the same thing. Or not.
Okay.
But I think like a great white shark.
Yeah.
I don't think rude. I think they would just be mean. Maybe not rude.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question. Let's see. What if you had the opportunity to temporarily mute someone like the movie Click. Like, would you take advantage of it?
Absolutely.
What is your opinion of that?
I'm on board with it. Yes. Yes.
Keep all names. So.
Yeah. I don't have a specific person in mind at this moment.
Just knowing you had that opportunity to do it.
You could just.
What'd you say?
I need one like, a car remote in that size in my pocket at all times. I just reach my hand in my pocket, hit the mute button.
Yeah.
Or the fast forward button. One or the other.
I'd rather have the pause button.
Okay.
Pause.
Yeah, there's some people you need to, you can't ever
Just
get
freeze
a
time.
word in. You're just like, I'm going to pause you just for a second. Let me say something. And then I'll start you back up.
That's a good one.
I like it. All right.
Never saw that movie, Click.
What?
Never seen
it. Click. Adam Sandler, right?
Adam Sandler.
Yeah. That's a good one. All right. I got two more.
Basically, he has a remote control that controls life, real life.
Interesting.
So he can pause, fast forward, mute.
Yep.
Nice.
What if you knew tomorrow's news before it happened?
Marty McFly, Back to the Future.
What I want to know?
Yeah. Would you want to know? What would you like? I guess it just depends on what the information would be, really. But what would you do with it? I guess. Would you use it to do good? Would you use it to better, like, yourself? As far as being greedy about it, just keeping it to yourself and just taking advantage of you knowing.
It's a great question.
Yeah,
it's a very generic, I think, question. But if you had the opportunity to know what's going to happen tomorrow, not any further than that, just tomorrow.
The twisted answer would be, well, I'm gonna kind of like Marty McFly, Back to the Future, where who won the World Series, who won all these sporting events. Biff Tannen made his fortune doing that.
Yep.
I'm going to do that, make a lot of money, but then when I make that money, I can help people. That's the twisted answer. It'd be like, I have to get all this money and get to a level, and then when I get to this level, I can help people and help the world.
I like that.
That's the twisted answer. I'm not saying that's my answer. I'm just...
Okay.
Someone will try to twist it like that.
What would you do, Fano?
I don't know.
Well, I think there was a movie like maybe Nicolas Cage or something where he knew all these disasters that were going to happen.
Yeah.
Train wrecks, plane wrecks, all this stuff. And so he would go try and stop those events from happening.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
Oh, it'd be so much pressure because you'd have so many things that you would know about. And you're like,
what can I do?
Prioritize these. It would just be, you would have a miserable
Would you almost think it would
life.
almost be like a curse on you kind of thing?
Oh, it would definitely be a curse. Yes.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't get to everything.
Because some people would think, oh, man, this would be awesome. I know the stocks. I know whatever, whatever. But then if you think about it that way, it's like, well, there's all these things that are bad that are happening in the world. There's no way I'd be able to go around and do all of it.
Yeah. It depends on what you want to do.
Well, because you're thinking more of like going back and then going and doing it, right? Like going back to the future or whatever.
Well, he had in the Back to the Future movies, he had a sports almanac from the future.
Mm-hmm.
So he knew who was going to win all these different sporting events. So he could go gamble, and it wasn't gambling. He knew who the winner was going to be. So that's how he did. So if you knew tomorrow's news, you'd never lose in the stock market. You'd never do stuff. You'd be.
I think it'd drive you crazy.
It'd drive you crazy.
Like
but
Russell said.
It depends on if you're doing good or bad. Yeah.
Who would you help? Right. Would you just exclusively help yourself? Or if you knew that something was going to happen or somebody's going to get sick or somebody's going to like die the next day or whatever?
Are you trying to be Batman and help the public, or are you just helping yourself, building fortune for yourself, all that kind of stuff?
And what if someone found out that you knew all this stuff was coming the next day? All these people would be at your doorstep. Come, I need your help. I need your help. Whatever kind of thing.
Miserable.
That I didn't think about that. That would be the bad part.
If somehow it came out that you knew had this. Somehow.
You ever worry you're going to get stuck in a Groundhog Day like that movie?
But what's good about I got some Groundhog Day facts. Well, just one really. But I saw like director's cut of that movie or something where they give facts while the movie's playing. About whatever scene they're in or something like that. They said that movie took place over like 10 years. In the movie, he relived that day for 10 years. So that's how he memorized like all the stuff when the money truck or what the armored truck with the money, he knew how many steps they were going to take, how many seconds it was going to be until they dropped the money. All that he relived that day for 10 years.
Wow.
Interesting. I didn't know it was that long.
So
I've never thought about being stuck in Groundhog Day.
I don't know about.
That'd be tough.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I don't know about 10 years. Maybe a month. Yeah, I could do that.
I think after a month, I
Same
started to be
thing.
getting like, man, this is
For a
getting
month.
ridiculous.
But you're doing something different every day. Like
Depends
if it's
on what
just,
day it is.
Well, that's true. But if it's just a month, like you can do something different every day that month.
I just got back from kids camp, remember? So I'm thinking about when I got stuck up there.
I would not want to get stuck at kids camp. I would get super bold if I was stuck in that. After, like, you know, he goes around and starts punching people and all this stuff that annoy. That would be a little dangerous right there.
Yeah.
Because what if today is the day that it ends and you're in jail tomorrow?
All right. And my last one. So hopefully y'all brought something. What if you had to pick one food to eat every day for the rest of your life? So I thought that was pretty, you know, someone could say, oh, salad. And it's let's narrow it down to your protein. So if you had to pick one type of meat or whatever.
But
and
you can prepare it in different ways?
You could do whatever you want to it. It's just the meat that you pick. You could only eat that for the rest of your life.
The meat so you could
steak, chicken,
so if you say
pork,
beef,
but you can put it. But you can put it in other
Oh yeah,
stuff.
you could you could
make,
put it in
like,
salad. You
chicken,
could put it whatever.
Chicken. Okay.
You could do whatever you want to it, but that's why I was saying it was too of a gray area.
So
that you
I
could
can
pick.
have hamburgers or steak or meatloaf or barbecue.
Yes, you could prepare it any way you want. It was just you could only eat beef at
or
that point.
chicken or fish or whatever. Yeah.
To me, I think I would pick chicken. I feel
chicken.
like there's more things I could do with it, and also there's millions of sauces I could make and it always have a different flavor to it if I wanted it. But you could technically say that with any type of, I mean, you could say that with steak if you wanted.
True.
But to me, like steak is either ketchup or Country Bob's.
A1, man. A1.
Ketchup. I'm sorry you people had to hear that.
It's the only way my grandpa would eat it and my mom. Ketchup or nothing.
Russell and his family came to our house not long ago to eat one night and grilled some steaks, and I had 2 fresh bottles of A1.
Yep, sure did. I brought mine just in case.
He did. But we had some old,
just in case. I love it.
Old stuff in our refrigerator that we were actively using, but I went and bought 2 fresh bottles just in case.
Super nice. Ate like a king that night.
I'm an A1 fan myself, so we always have.
I have
A1.
nothing against A1. I use it, but not my preference.
I still got that thing,
ketchup.
Country Bob's in our pantry. I didn't open it.
Country Bob's now has like a barbecue sauce that you can go buy.
I did have Country Bob's in the fridge too, but it did not get used that night.
Yeah.
It's just a backup.
Just in case I need it, you know?
Yeah.
Well, back to the question, beef or chicken or what protein?
Yeah, mine's chicken.
I mean, I kind of want to say beef because you can do tacos with it. You can do steak. You can do hamburgers, meatloaf, meatballs, all this different kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
But you gotta think this is for the rest of your life. So are those different
how many
options?
beef dishes do you know? There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
They're about equal, the same as chicken,
Yeah.
probably.
I mean, yeah, it's really all the same.
I think at the end of the day, it's really just which one do you like better, because you can do just whatever you can do with chicken, you can almost do with steak.
I'm probably going
Or
to go with
pork.
chicken because it's a little healthier
Right.
than red meat. And I don't know. I mean, fried chicken, I can eat that a bunch.
Yeah.
Chicken wings. And I'm probably going to go with chicken. And when I want to be healthy, just do some grilled chicken kind of stuff.
Carter, what about you? What would you pick?
Probably chicken.
Chicken?
I think most kids are going to say chicken.
Yeah.
Except for Grant.
You on board? You bandwagon this too?
Well, my number one food is chicken and dumplings.
Oh, I didn't
Okay.
even
So
get
I
the chicken.
couldn't go the rest of my life without eating that. So I would have to pick chicken.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
That's a good
All right.
chicken and dumplings. That's a good one.
number
That's
one.
a real good one.
That's number one.
Let's finish this thing up with some Russell Mundy theories and ideas here. What do we got?
Let's see. I go to Home Depot and Lowe's a lot. And when you go to there, lots of times on most things, their price is exactly to the penny the same. So I'm pretty sure that they're owned by the same people.
I would have
mean,
never thought like that, but yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, if you think about it, if one raised their price, then this other one, why would they not just keep theirs a little bit lower to get that? Or, vice versa. But no, it's like if one raises it, If one lowers, I mean, how could they not be working together? So I think they're in cahoots. I think they are definitely owned by the same people.
Now that might cause some. I like that.
That does make sense, and it's one of the few like stores that it's only like those two. I mean, what's another like home improvement store?
Well, you might say,
I mean,
like
you can't
Ace Hardware, but
nothing that big.
Yeah, Ace Hardware doesn't compete with.
You can't say like Walmart or Target. That doesn't. I mean, they've like
they have a section.
They have almost like monopolized.
When you go like
home improvement,
Publix and Kroger and Walmart, their prices aren't exactly the same.
Right.
You know, when you go to Home Depot, a 2x4 costs. If it costs $2.94 at Lowe's, it's going to cost $2.94 at Home Depot.
So you think they're owned by the same, or is there just this like dude in the room that's just like changing?
I mean, but if one changed, then they would. I mean,
they would drop.
Why would you not drop yours a little bit to get? You know, how could they always be the same?
And they all sell the exact same stuff.
Corporate spies,
birds.
I mean, I know they're not owned by the same people, but a conspiracy theory is that they are.
Interesting.
Well, that would almost be like the whole, like, so Home Depot does like Ryobi, right? So what is Lowe's? Is it Milwaukee or
Cobalt?
No? Cobalt. I bet you they're like the same technology, same machinery, just painted different colors.
Cobalt has lifetime warranty on their stuff.
Do they?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, never mind.
Ryobi.
Ryobi doesn't have that. I don't think.
But they're cheaper. You can buy them. All right, my next one. All we hear are electric cars. That's all you hear. We're going to do electric cars, electric cars, electric cars. Everywhere I see, they're building gas stations. Stefano just talking about going to a
largest gas station in the country.
Gas station.
Does Buc-ee's even have like electric stations, charging stations?
I don't know.
I never even thought about looking.
I don't think
Stefano
they do.
stopped by the Buc-ee's with 75 pumps, but he drove past the largest one in the nation, which has like 120 pumps.
I did. Well, that was an absolute zoo. Trying to get in and out of that.
We're going to all these electric cars,
where are the charging stations?
Well, that, and why are we building all these gas stations?
Because they're still printing money.
Why are we building all these gas? I don't really think we're going to do all these electric cars like they say we are. So that's another one of my conspiracy theories.
There was a headline I saw today. I did not read the article, but it said electric cars today, 2023, are not cheaper than gas right now where we are today.
They're not cheaper.
It's like for a yearly cost of buying gas or charging your vehicle, they're not cheaper.
That's not good for those guys.
I did not read the article.
Is it true?
That was just a headline.
Is it true that like the batteries only last like 10 years? Which, I mean, a lot of people buy a car before that or right at that. But if I read somewhere, I thought where it said like the batteries only last like 10 years, but the batteries are like $15,000 or more. So
I think if those batteries go out, it's cheaper to get a new car.
You might as well just get a new car. Yeah. So
I don't know. There was a freight ship somewhere, Norway or somewhere up that way, that caught on fire this week. It was hauling like 100 and something cars, and 15 of those or 12 of those were electric cars. And they said
it was a gas operated truck though that was pulling it.
It's a ship in the ocean.
Oh, I thought you were. Never mind. Just kidding. I didn't hear that part.
Be a tough truck.
In 15 years, when somebody's listening to this, wonder how dated this will be. We're either going to be right on it, or we're going to be
morons.
really, man. They couldn't see that coming.
But they think that fire might have started from one of those electric cars.
Nice. That's not good for those guys. That's not good pub.
They got to get the batteries better. The batteries have to be like when cordless tools first came out. Their batteries were horrible. Like you couldn't hardly even. You might could drill 2 holes with one. Now they're like, you can run a skill saw all day on a battery. So they're going to get the batteries better.
Learning curve.
Yeah, it is.
They gotta work at it.
All right. I've got appliances on here. That just seems like a huge conspiracy with the makers.
You're going the same thing as Home Depot and Lowe's? You think?
Why is there not this appliance brand that just doesn't have any electronics, just like because there's still refrigerators from the 1950s that are still working. Okay. Why would there not be? Why would, if I I would open up a company, have no electronics on it, just have a compressor that you could easily change out, and then this thing would last forever. But they're all in it together. We're going to make these appliances.
You got to make that money. I got to break down so you can come fix it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Why? But you would think there would be one company that would make them without all that on there.
And then no one would buy from the other companies. They'd come get one from you that's going to last.
So.
And how long will that last before some big company comes in and buys them out so they can go back to doing what they were doing?
I don't know.
That's a
I will say, if you buy a new microwave and you install it, do not let your 12-year-old son microwave a fork 2 days after installing the new microwave.
All right, time out. I want to hear your side of this story. What happened?
If you're going to tell a story,
you got to get on mic.
Yeah, get in front of camera.
I want to hear, before we hear what Dad's opinion is, we want to hear yours.
I took it out. I took the food out to stir it, and then I forgot to take the fork back out when I put it back in the microwave.
So unfortunate.
2 days.
I love it.
2 days, brand new microwave.
So what happened? Was it fireworks?
Did it catch on fire?
I caught it once it started.
Making lightning.
Don't worry. About 2 years ago, have you seen the paper plates, but they have like the foil that are in it? I had no clue that was what it was, and put it in the microwave. And at like 3 seconds in, I saw some sparks. I was like, "Oh, that's not supposed to happen. Not supposed to happen."
Oof.
But a metal fork. I mean, like that metal fork.
Daniel just wanted to buy. He just wanted to buy 2 microwaves.
You were guilty, huh? You knew exactly what you did, didn't you?
Microwaves in 2 days.
Just forgot to take it back out once I was stirring it.
Oh, good stuff.
So we still use that microwave.
Okay.
But it only works when it wants to work.
Understand.
It will sometimes decide, nope, I'm done for today.
Gotcha.
Oh, that's good.
Does he always remind you about it? He doesn't?
Who was the most upset? Was it your mom or dad that was
I was the most upset at the time because I was like, it's brand new, dude. Like, you left a fork in there. And he knew what he did,
Right.
But now, today, I mean, that was a year ago or more. Maybe more than that. But now, today, Christy is the most upset because it goes out when she wants to use it.
Yeah.
And she's like, can we get a new microwave? I'm like,
Carter, maybe it was a bad microwave. Maybe you didn't have anything to do with it.
Maybe it's going to go out anyway 2 days after purchase.
It might be.
Faulty technology.
We're going to ride it till it quits for good. We thought it did once or twice already, but it came back to life, so we kept rocking.
Shelf life.
You got anything else?
Stuff.
Just another consumer one. Tires. I think they could make tires last for 20 years if they wanted to.
I wish.
I think that's just a total one. And I have a few questions.
Let's hear
it.
A few kind of what if questions. Think about this one quite a bit. We bought a lot and built a house. If we hadn't bought that lot, there would be a different house sitting right there. Like wonder what it would look like, I mean, I just think about that all, and I'm like, man, wonder who'd be living there. Wonder what it would look like. Wouldn't look anything like that. It's crazy.
I wonder if it had windows.
I know. Who would be living there?
Would it be brick? Would it be siding?
So crazy.
Right. Just somebody thinking about that.
I think about it all the time. And then
he does.
I would like.
I'm sure he thinks about it like all the time. But
one of the
nobody else would.
Would you want to live in the life of Russell Mundy for a day?
That's a good one.
In the mind of Russell.
They just pop in.
In the mind of Russell.
They stay in there for a while. They don't just go back out.
I've not thought about that specifically, but I have thought about like old houses that we lived in that we sold, and I want to go back to see what the new people have done.
Yeah.
I want to go.
I've done that.
Just go on and look at it, or like go up and knock on the door and be like, "Hey, I used to live here. Will you let me come in and see what's going on?"
Been in it. Yeah. Took pictures. Yeah.
That's creepy.
I wish I would have done this.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah.
Miranda Lambert has a song about that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, she does.
She goes back to her childhood house and tells them, I can't remember the exact
done
words,
that. Went back to my grandmom's house, talked to those people that live there now. Went to my old house. Yeah. I don't see how you. I mean, yeah, I'd have to do that.
My last house was an apartment. I'm pretty sure I know what it looks like.
All right, here's another.
Hasn't changed.
I know at least 2 people that got married and they just met by chance. Like just met. One of them was riding on a motorcycle and saw another person. Like, what if you'd have made a different turn? What if you'd have left 5 minutes later? Another one, my cousin, she met her husband driving on the interstate to Florida, and they just started flirting with each other
on the interstate.
Yeah. Yeah. They have children now. So, your life would be completely different if you if you had stopped for gas.
That's like,
crazy.
Vegas vacation, and
National
family
Anthem.
vacation, National League stuff right there.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always wonder how long Adam and Eve lived in the garden.
That's a good question.
Always
like
wonder
that.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wonder what the next food craze is going to be. Like didn't used to have pizza that much. Now it's kind of like chicken tenders. What's the next?
Tacos.
Tacos. Is there going to be? There's got to be something that we're all going to love.
Which trending?
I think it's the fake meat.
Oh yeah.
Fake meat.
Yeah. Look, we were having a discussion yesterday, the day before, about laboratory grown chicken.
Okay.
Like it's not,
I was thinking you were kind of going down that route of like instead of like mashed potatoes doing cauliflower, or I thought that's the kind of route you were going.
No, but like right now they have the Impossible burgers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's a meatless hamburger kind of thing,
Plant based.
Yeah, so I think fake meat is the next food.
And just 2 little questions on time here. What would be the order of the holidays if you could change them around? You ever think about you wish you could change the holidays around that we have?
I would give Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving. I'll give it more space
Move it to the summer.
Between that and Christmas. Yeah, absolutely.
Would you do Thanksgiving as like the last one because that would be like the last of the year?
I wouldn't bury Thanksgiving. I'll give it maybe like 2 more months. I'd put Thanksgiving maybe in September.
See, I think if we were doing
Thanksgiving in September, I'd keep Christmas the same.
Christmas in the cold.
Keep Christmas
in the cold.
Keep it where it is.
I think I would move Thanksgiving to like Memorial Day in May.
Yeah.
Because it's not hot yet. Like school's in it. It's a kickoff to summer. We're being thankful. All this fun times about the break loose.
I guess I don't.
And then
I just worry about that because I've honestly thought about that actually.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. But I wouldn't want Thanksgiving to get buried like under like hot dogs and hamburgers.
See, I think it's still far enough away from 4th of July. If you did not move 4th of July,
okay.
But I mean, you got to keep the same menu. You still got to have the traditional Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
I think it's not super hot yet because I wouldn't want to do. I don't think, and it's just because of right where we live. Thanksgiving, it's fall time. It's cool.
Right.
Like I wouldn't want it to be in the summer.
Yeah.
Now it can still be hot in May, but it's still kind of springish time. And
yeah. I hear you on that. I'll go September.
I've always wanted a new holiday.
What would you celebrate?
Family. Everybody had to have a family reunion.
What
if?
So
what if your family hated each other?
It don't matter.
So on this day, like what?
It's like family reunion day.
Okay.
You got together with your huge family, everybody.
It would just be one day that you would just,
like you get presents on Christmas. This day, you're setting up at you're planning a family reunion.
When would you put it? What season?
What month doesn't have a holiday?
April doesn't have a whole lot going on. I'd probably put it in April.
That's a good one. Springtime.
Yeah. Right before.
You ever think about why there's not a holiday in every single month?
I think in America we have fewer holidays than other countries.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Because we work the most, we have the least amount of vacation time, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But even so, if family reunion day was in April, that's springtime for us. If you're in the southern hemisphere, that'd be fall.
Be fall.
Still be good weather.
Yeah. Would you change anything around, Ryan? Oh, dang. What?
I like the Thanksgiving, breaking Thanksgiving. I think I would go with
I think I would agree.
Memorial Day.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
That's not bad.
Memorial Day, you can really
Yeah.
do that anytime. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Maybe do that and just swap those two. I like Christmas where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
April. I like adding that to
I don't know if
April.
I'd change anything. So I'm listening to y'all, and I like what your opinions are.
Because once you get past, like, you have Christmas, New Year's, and then you'll have Valentine's Day, President's Day, all that kind of stuff right there in February. When February ends, you go on a dry spell for some holidays here in America.
Easter.
Yeah, Easter, and then Memorial Day, and then 4th of July. Like, you got a spell there where you're like grinding.
And the last thing I got is contractions. Me and Amanda, we've been talking about this one a whole lot. I'm not sure if other languages have them. I just don't get them.
You don't.
I don't understand how it started. I don't understand why we have it. Now, if you do like don't,
right,
instead of do not,
right,
you're only saving
one letter.
You're not saving a whole lot at all.
You might save a letter, but you got to put the apostrophe in there. So
can't. Don't.
So you're taking a character space, anyways.
Where did this come from? Why do we have them? I do not understand why we have this and how it even came about, how it even works. If I could see if we were saving 10 letters,
Yeah.
We're saving
one letter.
We're saving two. Sometimes we're doing all this work we're saving two. We're saving 2 letters.
Most of them
like
just one.
I'm.
One. Most of them are just
you're
one.
Getting rid
most
of
them just one letter. I mean,
it's very interesting. I was too lazy to do I've been too lazy to ever do the research on it.
Laziness, I think, maybe.
But they're THEY''RE instead of they are there. I mean, you take the A out and replace it with an apostrophe.
I mean, you're just making 2 words into one, and then shortening it. But it's not shortening.
I think they're going to go away eventually. I just don't see it. Like cursive is going away.
They don't teach cursive in schools anymore.
I think contractions are going to. I just don't.
They're going away because kids are getting lazier because they're texting. I mean, instead of saying okay, they just put K. They shorten it down already without having to even do that.
They don't have to put the line up there.
Laugh out loud. They put LOL.
Why was it not like wilt?
Was it what?
Why is it won't?
Want? WANT?
No. WON apostrophe T. Why is it not like will? You
don't have
I guess because you went wilt.
Will not.
Yeah, for will not. Why is it won't?
That's
you can't
a great question.
I don't know.
I've thought that that's just one of those dumb things. But why is it there like a wilt? I guess you can't really say it. It's not natural.
Catch on? How did that ever catch on?
But it would be natural when people were just making up that word.
That's a good point, Daniel.
I mean, every word sounds funny, I guess, when you first make it.
I don't know why they changed that. Why they do won't.
Wilt. I can get on board with wilt. I'm on board with that.
It sounds so funny.
It does. Come back on this podcast.
So you need to be really, really country to say that. Wilt.
That makes more sense.
It does. I mean, everything else is pretty much you kind of understand everything else, but you get to
this episode.
You just throw in won't.
Wilt.
Carter, what do you think?
Should there be a wilt?
Are they still teaching you contractions? He says yes. He says yes.
No cursive writing.
Cursive is gone.
We use computers.
You use computer. That is not cursive writing. That is computer.
That is not.
Do they teach you how to Google things?
Computers.
Is that what computer is?
They just make us type instead of writing on paper.
He said they make them type instead
Teaching
of
how
writing
to
on
type.
paper.
So do you think paper will eventually become irrelevant?
Ooh, that's a good one.
You can't because you got to have money. Well,
not in my
don't
world.
have to have money.
Not in my world.
Give them the sound effects, Russell. Digital money.
Because you're going away from. I mean, is paper on the list?
Paper's gone. Yeah,
if paper's gone. That means that trees start to stay up longer because then they're not getting used for just paper. I mean, they're going to be used for furniture and other things, but not paper.
So I wonder what the percentage is of trees cut down for lumber and other products. What is the percentage used for paper?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Oh, it's way up there.
I mean, it's got to be.
It's going.
High,
I'm sure it's gone down though. When I was in elementary school, it was high. I mean,
I didn't like how I wrote my name.
They would give you a pack of papers just printed on one side, just like, take a test, 4 questions on this piece of paper. Okay, here's another piece of paper. They were not worried about paper when I was in school.
Had to show your work too on those maps.
You better.
Yeah.
You better risk it.
They probably go for like one little box of paper for a high school nowadays. It's all we need for this year right here. It's all we need is one box. They just bring them in by the truckload when I went to school.
Every week. Paper delivery.
So I don't even know how
20 boxes.
Copier
this is
man's
even,
here
like,
again
legit.
today. Had 2 printers, I think.
The U.S. uses approximately 68 million trees each year to produce paper and paper products. So paper straws in California.
68 million?
Paper straws
trees?
are terrible.
I hate them.
Ryan, can you see how many we use for lumber?
Hold on. 42 million.
68 million.
68 million trees.
About 42 million trees are cut down each day for both paper.
Well, that math doesn't add up.
I know. That doesn't add up at all.
It doesn't.
All right, so let's see.
Conspiracy.
This is from the Global Forest Resource Assessment. They say that according to the data from them, roughly 80,000 to 160,000 trees are cut down each day around the world for paper products. That's what they're saying. And then you said for what now? For lumber?
Yeah, you said 68 million for paper.
I think you're going to get a wide array of answers there, depending on what you're looking at.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough to.
What do you think, like, the person that's listening to this in 15 years, what do you really think's gone? What do you think's different? Like,
I mean,
predictions. We're making predictions.
15 years ago,
15 years.
we're not crazy different than we were 15 years ago.
Well, I think we are crazy.
You think we are?
Yeah, we are.
So 15 years ago,
Cell phones.
Not everybody had a cell phone in their pocket.
Well,
A lot of people
that
did.
was 15. Yeah, that was 2008.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
a
2008.
lot of people had cell phones, but it was still not uncommon to see people without a cell phone, right?
Yeah.
And here's the big difference, though. They were not smartphones.
True.
Smartphones were very much leading technology in that time.
Yeah.
And so you did not have the internet at your fingertips every second of every day.
Okay.
I think you're more than probably 15 years. I mean,
not for
smartphones. For some big I think he's going after like big changes.
So what else is?
I think you're going to
phones
expand
have
it.
changed.
You're going to have to expand it to like 50 years for like
50
yeah.
years. That's a different
big
world.
changes. Okay.
I think from the 90s to today is a different world. Lots of stuff.
15 years when Charlie is 27 years old. Let's see, how old is he, rascal now? He's 26 years old. Is he going to be driving a gas-powered car?
That would
We don't know
probably
that
be
for
the
sure.
easy. I mean, with technology and everything, I mean, as long as they fix the battery, that would be like the easiest thing to. I mean, I know they're popping up gas stations everywhere. I understand that, but I mean, it seems like that would be the
Is there going to
easiest
be
thing
this
to
huge?
change.
Is there going to be this huge thing like phones?
I think phones are going to be different. Maybe not in 15. It might take a little longer, but
What are they going to do?
It's going to be like, so you basically have like an earbud kind of thing, and you just put it in your pocket, and your phone is going to be kind of like a sheet of paper, or something like that you can fold up or roll up into nothing, and stick it in your pocket when you want to pull your phone. Like, it's going to be basically like a flat screen, like a piece of paper that you just pull out when you need it. It's not going to be a big solid thing like we have now.
Interesting.
Or
I think that it'll probably all go to like FaceTime. Like you're going to have like a little, I don't know, like a little piece of something. And that'll be your phone. And it's just going to pop up with the person whoever's calling you.
That's why I was going to say
it'll be like a hologram.
It's gonna
something like that.
It's going to be either something that you fold up real small and just put in your pocket, and it's flat, and you open it up and you don't see creases or lines or anything.
What if it's like a contact?
It's a smartwatch.
Okay.
It'd be like a smartwatch, and you just hit a button, and then it's like a projector kind of thing.
Do you think this AI is really going to take over our life? Like it could?
maybe not like the movies, but it's going to take over a lot of stuff. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Probably
Like
so.
you call somebody and it's going to sound like you're talking to somebody,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and it's not. It's going to be a computer.
I think they have some of that now.
It's gonna put a lot of people out of work.
I think create different jobs though, maybe.
Maybe.
Like
That's what I don't get, like as far as like technology, like advancing, like what's gonna happen to people's like jobs.
We talked about some of that on our last episode.
That's always been a
that
fear.
You guys were out.
Yeah.
But yeah, we create, because if you have robots that take over some type of production job or a fast food job, those people aren't there to do those jobs anymore. But somebody's got to maintain those robots, build them, restock stuff.
Yeah.
Like you just transition into a different job.
I think fast food. I think in 15 years, there's not going to be any human there.
The only downfall to what you're saying though is like, so say you need 100 people to run this job, and then all of a sudden now it's all robots. So now we have 100 robots that do it. Well, you don't need 100 people to maintain it.
Yeah,
it's gonna draw back how many people need to be. Maybe it goes down to 5 people to maintain those 100.
Yeah.
Well, then, so I mean, there's still gonna be people that are needed, but it's not gonna be nowhere near the number that were there.
No, I mean, they'll.
But there's gonna be other I think there's gonna be other things eventually that are gonna come up.
Yeah, and those people get transitioned into different jobs. So you're in a factory building the robots, or you're doing something else. You're a recycler who goes and collects broken down robots and takes them back to the factory.
Yeah,
I never thought I'd be getting paid to be on a podcast.
That's right.
Me neither.
You know, that's a new job.
When you, I want to go to the same podcast you're getting paid at. Take me with you. That'd be a great one.
I'd like to watch it.
That's a new job that wasn't here 15 years ago.
So we're going to go pay some bills and cut it off right here. Who's the Bible verse? Before we get to the Bible verse and wrap this thing up, Russell, thanks for coming back.
Thanks for having me.
My mind has been blown. The Russell or the Mundy theory of the box Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great one. We're going to have to call somebody about that one. I think that needs to be published, peer reviewed, all that kind of stuff. We have.
We know a guy.
What if my house was not built? What would be the house that's built there? My mind is still racing around that one. Got all kinds of stuff from this episode. That was a good one.
We will be on site coming later on this fall. We will take a trip to South Dakota.
Stefano is going to be
going to South Dakota. We're going to what is it, California or Vegas? One of those.
Going to fly into Denver.
No.
Russell.
No, I'm not.
The Illuminati that control Denver Airport. I don't know.
I forgot about that conspiracy theory with Illuminati thing.
That is part of it.
That's
the Illuminati run the.
That is
Denver.
Okay. Lori and I were coming back from Florida with one of her friends that exposed us to the entire Illuminati. That's some crazy stuff.
Well, something that's not so crazy.
It is not.
We're going to finish it off with a Bible verse right
We will.
here. What you got, Fano?
We have from 1 Peter 5, and I'll do 6 and 7. It says, "Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that he may exalt you at the proper time, casting all your cares on him because he cares about you." So, just a reminder for us that we can't win things alone. We need God, and he's fighting for us, and he's never lost.
No conspiracies there.
Absolutely. That's great. We're having a fun summer. We're trying to help you have a fun summer. We hope you are, even though it's wrapping up for many of us. It's still going. We're still going. We want to see you coming back here next week. We love you. God loves you more. Don't put any forks in the microwave.
Sorry, Carr.
Absolutely.
Don't learn the hard way.
See ya.
Forgot about that Illuminati thing.
I
That is
don't
part
know
of
we
it.
should be talking about them on here.
They're going to come after us?
Watch, we're going to post this, and then it's going to get cut down.
Thanks for listening to GPS to God. Make sure you leave a rating or review on whichever app you happen to use. Also, find us on YouTube and be sure to subscribe to our channel.